I mean, I think the thing that really lingers with me is the idea of how much thing, and I think this goes to other stuff that we've been saying, how much things within the sort of kind of microcosms that develop in the process kind of take on a life of their own. You know, like when you're on a day, that day becomes the most important thing, and you start making decisions that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life based on something that's right in front of you, and trying to balance the big and the small picture, because many times I think I did things that then later, you know, I realized there were probably 200 other solutions. You know, so it's sort of like, it goes back to trusting your gut and being able to follow through on you know, what you most want, and not missing the forest for the trees, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think also that there's things that I've learned that I don't even realize that I've learned, and that, like, next time I make a movie, I mean, there's just nothing like experience, so there's so many things just about, like, actual production that I didn't know, or I thought that I knew, and then I made a movie and I was like, oh, okay, that's how this works. Yeah, so I think just, like, so much about the process, because there's so much stuff about the creative things that it's hard to articulate, because it's really, like, more deep, but at a practical level, just, like, how to make a movie. That was the biggest lesson.
Oh, for me, to kind of echo Sophie again, the biggest lesson, like, I thought going into making this film that, like, oh, there are people who know how to make films, and then they make them, and it's easy. And I didn't really, like, think that to the fullest degree, but I thought that there was a way to know how to make films. And I think having made this film, I know that I'm constantly going to be learning, and there's no you are there, you now know how to make films, and now you apply this formula and boom, film, Tribeca, whatever, you know. So I think, to me, the biggest lesson that I've learned, which is, you know, comforting to me, is that I don't know everything, and I don't have to know everything, and I'm constantly going to be learning, and it's just going to be making me better at making films.